So welcome today. My name's Leanne Peard, social media specialist and mobile app developer, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you all Unity. Now, Unity and I met about a week and a half ago when I discovered his app, and we'll go into that in further in the conversation. So Unity's from Pro Video App, and welcome Unity to today's call.
Oh, thank you. How you doing?
So Unity, I really look forward to discovering more information about your app and sharing that with our audience today. So
Yeah.
can you just tell me a little bit about your background to start with?
Yeah, yeah, just a brief compressed version. I've been building websites for 11 years now, and doing them professionally. That means selling them to business owners for the last five. And what I noticed, and particularly I sold to startups, people with no money trying to get a big vision off the ground. And that was very exhilarating. And what I found with these people consistently was they always asked for the same two things. One, I want a magic button, just something I press and all my marketing happens and money comes to me easily and effortlessly according to my big dream. And two, I don't want to have to learn anything. I don't want any training. I don't want anyone to help me. I want to do it myself. Now, this is an impossible thing, but partly because I wanted to make money by solving that problem, and then partly because of the interesting complexity of the challenge. To make a solution for that, I've tried to solve the problem by building something that would give them a magic button and something they can do themselves at a complex level. So it's taken many years. I've been trying for 4 or 5 years now. And the solution is in probably its fifth incarnation or fifth variation, which is currently the iPhone app that we were speaking about. And I did manage to get it. It's and Leanne, you've used it. You told me the thing. It was wonderful to hear that it is magical to use and it is easy and it's not a one push button, but it's lovely. It's just a few taps and all your marketing happens. So in a nutshell, that's it. I've got a lot of very complex knowledge and skills with programming and internet marketing and psychology of selling and buying. I've had my fingers in many pies over the years and been fairly successful at most of it. So all of that's sort of been condensed into this tiny little app that you get on your phone.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. So what inspired you? Obviously, you just told me that you were inspired about getting the magic tool into the app, but was there any other reasons behind the app? Like you could have probably, I'm thinking maybe create a website or something to that effect, but why an app? Why that
Oh,
device?
I tried the website. When I said it's in its fifth incarnation, I did try a website. It was my first port of call because I was a web designer. And it was easier for me to make. And so I built this thing which was meant to be the magic button solution where all you had to do was type in what kind of business you have. So, for example, if you sell wedding cakes, you type in wedding cakes, and this entire website got created, and all this marketing went out into Google and all the rest of it. And I signed up probably 500 people onto that. And almost every single one of them, once they got this magical website, they all said, okay, now what? And they just they didn't want to do it. It was like too many clicks, too much typing. They had to learn some things. And yeah, so I found that didn't work for them. The light bulb moment for me was when I built not the current professional version of the app, but what we call a wireframe, which is it doesn't have any pretty stuff. It's just a series of boxes and words. And I built that, and I was just using it myself while I was on holiday on Fraser Island, cruising around, and it was magical. Even just for me, it was just such a pleasure to use and have your marketing done, and your videos are on your website, and it's just the feeling that I was looking for, that magical feeling that I knew that the people that I'd been trying to help and trying to serve, it was the thing that they would probably be looking for. So then I went ahead and went a bit further with the app and made it look pretty and added in some extra magical functionality and then put it in the iTunes store. And the feedback has been excellent. So Yeah.
Absolutely, and I will actually, I've already given you my feedback, but I'll share a little bit about the app. I won't give away the secrets about its magic yet. I'll let you do that.
Oh,
And you can tell us why you've got a green screen behind you.
yeah.
However, I spend a lot of my time training, as most of my viewers know, about using social media, and my key component is video marketing, and I'm always telling them how powerful it is to use video for a number of reasons, and we won't go into that now, but basically to build that rapport and have that relationship with your potential clients or your existing one. But for me, when I downloaded your app, and I often teach them, what apps to use, but when I downloaded your app, it gave me that sense of professionalism. It gave me the opportunity to create whatever I wanted without, like a white background like I've got here now. And I could do it with a click of a button, and it was so easy to use. So can you share some of those magical aspects of what the app does for our
Yeah.
viewers?
So this is another thing I picked up from back in the day when I was trying to sell to people who had no idea and didn't want any idea. And they wanted it all for free, by the way. What they wanted beyond all the marketing working and beyond money coming to them, they wanted to look incredible. They wanted to look professional and look their best. They didn't have to be the most beautiful people in the world. And in fact, I'll just share with you, none of them were. But they just, yeah, they wanted to look their best. And a lot of the sales techniques that I was advising them on, and a lot of the things I try to do with the websites, they felt did not make them look incredible. And so they didn't want to go through with the marketing. I don't know if you found this in your experience, but if people don't feel good about themselves and the way that they're portrayed to the public, they won't want those videos to go to the public. They won't want those messages to go out there. It's just natural. We don't want to get embarrassed about ourselves. So what the app does, this is one of the first things I built in, was it will remove the background from behind you. So in your case, you got the white background there, which is a wall, and the app will remove all that stuff so that you've got something incredible, like something you would see on TV or in Hollywood movies or anything. You can put yourself with space, like galaxies and stars behind you. You can put yourself in front of the pyramids, whatever you want. And suddenly your videos, like when you see them, literally, like I've watched some of mine that I've forgotten about, and I watched yours the other day. I accidentally found yours when we spoke about it. I was trying to find your website to have a look, and I saw your video, and there's an instant lift, like emotionally, as a viewer when I see the video. Instead of going, oh yeah, here's another YouTube video, I go, oh wow, oh yeah. And there's this bond that starts to happen between me, the viewer, and you, the video creator. I just instantly put you in a different box to the other people that are creating normal YouTube videos. So the app will do that. It will make your video look great. That's you while you're talking. And then just to be cool, we put in this little special Hollywood magical intro, little special effects thing, and then one on the end as well. We'd probably have to see it. You'd have to use the app to see what they are, but that gives that extra little sizzle and sparkle and dazzle, just for a few seconds, just to lighten it up and make it look cool. But yeah, that makes a big difference. And now for a business and for your business audience, what that's for is to introduce your business. Like any news show you watch or any famous show on TV, the first 3 to 5 seconds, the music starts up and a little logo thing happens, and oh, it's that show. So and I don't know if you know Hulu.com. They own the rights to The Simpsons on online videos. They have a little 3-second intro which just says Hulu, right? That's it. But every time you see it, you go, oh, it's a Hulu video. Oh, it's right. It's The Simpsons, or it's some other famous TV show. So the app will do that for you. It will introduce your business. Now you can use your own little special 3-second thing if you've already got one. So you might have had something done already where you reveal your own logo, or your business name. And if you don't, we can get that done up for you. But all in all, your video is going to look great with just a few little, just with your thumb, just 1, 2, 3, done. So, yeah, so that's what it does.
So true. And I know personally that a lot of my clients won't get in front of a video camera because it needs to be perfect. And I'm from the same school as you. I really believe that they need to get out there doing video to create the search engine optimization and everything else that it can do for them. And this app is so cool. So obviously, it's a free app to download from the App Store at the moment. Yep. So what do they need to get started? I know what I used, and I'd be happy to share that, but I see you've already got it in the back. But what do they need to get started?
What you use. You haven't told me. I'll tell you what I use, and you can tell. Wait. So, so I've got this green color behind me. It's kind of important because, I don't know if you're aware, I'm sure you are, but maybe the viewers are not, that Hollywood uses a green background in almost all of its special effects. So, when the aliens are invading in the movies, or when someone jumps off a building, that's happening inside, some special warehouse, and they have this green screen as a background. So the app will let you make a green screen out of virtually any green color. In my case, here it is. This is green paper that I bought down at the newsagent for $2. So I just bought a heap of that, and I blue tack it, I stick it on the wall behind, and that's all it is. As long as you do that, I've actually used trees and nature, bushes, that sort of thing, and tried it out, and it's not too bad, but not too good. A little bit too much variation in the green color.
Yeah.
But anything that has just one solid green color, like this is mostly light green. I did it on a wall that had been painted dark green. It worked really well. So that's what I do. Leanne, how'd you?
I did the similar thing, but I went and bought cardboard because I wanted to make it stay there permanently or semi-permanently. However, cardboard's too heavy for blue tack. So I had a whiteboard, and I got 4 sheets of cardboard from Overflow for like $1 a sheet, and actually pegged it to the top of my whiteboard, so it's fixed there. And it's so cool. Less than $5.
Yeah, and that's what it's designed to do. Like, if you look on eBay, you can buy green screens anywhere from like $30 to $150, $200. For me, when I was making my videos, I thought that's too expensive. And so I wanted to build into this app something that it's a bit of a limitation in a way. We do have to have a green screen to make the special effects work. So you are going to have to get that green thing from somewhere. But given that that's the case, let's not spend a lot of money. Like in this case, I got away with $2 and you got away with $5.
Yeah.
It's nothing, living in Australia or any Western country. It's nothing to get a Hollywood-style special effects into your marketing videos.
Well, I've been actually trying to work out how, because I also teach clients that they should be doing videos on the run, or wherever they are. So I've been trying to work out how am I going to get that green screen behind me when I'm, at a coffee shop.
Very hard.
Yeah, and I reckon a piece of cardboard would work wonderfully if you got someone else to hang on to it for you. It might look like a dill.
Participants, but you don't have to use a green screen when you're making the videos. Like, it gives you the option. It says, do you want to use it, yes or no? If they're out and about, like at a cafe, and I've done this at cafes when I'm pitching investors for $150,000, literally pull out this app and just say, look, just sit there. I'm going to film you. And we do this in a cafe. There's people everywhere. There's waitresses everywhere. And we just skip the green screen part, but keep going with adding the special effects at the start and at the end, and then pushing it to YouTube and my website and to Twitter and Facebook, and just show how it works. And, it's still a fantastic video. Like for your clients and everybody else, videos that work, videos that get an emotional effect and that draw people into what you're into, whether you're selling stuff or just talking about a passion. The videos that work don't have to be perfect or top of the line production or whatever. They just have to have this genuineness and this in the moment feel, like something that's not very much prefabricated. It's just flowing, time is flowing, or the person spontaneously expressing in this genuine way. As long as what you're expressing is good, people will watch it and they'll be into it. So it's one of the hurdles, one of the emotional hurdles that people watching, they're going to have to get over it in some way. And I'm very familiar with it. I find it really hard to watch some of my own videos, especially the early ones.
Tell me about it.
What I was saying, I'm like, God, what were you thinking? But
Yeah.
past your first 3 to 5 and you find your voice, you find your comfort level and style and personality, it starts to become a lovely thing. And a little trick is don't watch them. You just push them. Just trust they're going to be great.
Yeah.
And once you start getting that feedback that they are good, I remember I got my first YouTube comment from a random stranger who had watched my videos. I made a heap of videos on what it's like to be a web designer, and I gave out tips on how to make more money based on what was happening for me literally in the moment. I just received an email from a client and I was responding to get the sale. So I talked about what I was typing in the email, and I got this comment back from somebody else who wanted to be a web designer, and it just said stuff like, "Thank you. This information is so good. You're rock." I didn't think they rocked, but in his world, this is the information he was looking for, and I made a difference. My videos made a difference. It struck that chord and made that bond. And that's where the value is in these things, in making videos. You can reach people in ways that text and websites just don't measure up. Like even right now, you're making judgments about me, both you, Leanne, and the people watching.
I'm not.
I mean it in a good way. Every second, every millisecond, we're instinctively hardwired to judge authenticity and make character judgments about people we're watching and listening. So you can see my face, you can hear my voice, you're watching my body language. You can probably tell this isn't prefabricated, like there's this genuine thing coming across. And that builds trust. Well, I hope it does. Builds trust, and most likely makes you more open to what I'm saying, just the information that I'm saying. So if you put that into a business context, and I won't do that now with my business, but I'm saying for your viewers, when you're making your videos, forget about all that perfection stuff. If you're getting across this bonding thing, if you're, being genuine and giving good information, people are making these great judgments about you and about your videos, and by extension, about your business. So, yeah, it's such an easy and natural way to talk about your business or your message or whatever you're trying to get out there to other people. I believe this is the way, just videos in general, this is the way to get your stuff out there at scale. In a more natural setting, and in far back in the past, it was, I think, so much better. People would just come around, have a cup of tea or a lunch with you to get to know you, and then they might do business if they, it was much more down to earth and humanly natural. But nowadays, trying to do it at scale and where those old mannerisms are sort of gone from the normal business setting. They're still there in a personal setting, but not that common. Doing it at scale, I think this video allows a little window into my room. I'm here by myself and I'm talking to you.
So true.
You can get that personal stuff across and that down-to-earth flavor and all the rest of it. If you want to, you can do it that way. And by focusing on that, you don't have to worry about, oh, how do I look? Or is this perfect? Or is this coming across in the right way? You can forget about all that, because if you're being natural and you're comfortable with what you're saying, and it's genuine and all the rest, and it is as though you've invited someone over for a cup of tea and you're just talking. Like, that's how I feel right now. It's just me and you, Leanne.
Exactly. There's no one else.
Then I think videos become very easy to make, but I think also they become the right kind of video.
Awesome. So just getting back to videos and their potential, like you were saying about building customer rapport, they definitely build trust, and that's what social media is all about. You know, inviting people into your space, and with things, platforms like Facebook and especially YouTube and web blogs, etc. Videos weight quite highly in the algorithm, and I'm not going to go into that now because people may not understand, but videos are a great tool, as you said, to increase their search engine optimization, to let the people into their business, into their room, and make that decision whether or not they're going to do or trade with them after they've watched the video. So if that's the case, and I know that, you know that, and now our viewers are a little bit more educated on that, how does your app then connect to those platforms? I know how it works, but I'd love to hear how you allow people the ease of connecting to social media platforms.
Yeah. The short answer is it's all magical and everything happens. The long answer is there's a lot of complex programming built to the app that most people don't need to know about. But just so you know, it is there. It's very strong, very robust. What it does, which is what's important, is when you're finished making your video look really cool, it will take that video and it will put it on YouTube from within the app. You just press the button, out it goes. A copy of that appears on your website. And then we also put it on Facebook and Twitter. You've now got, how many copies is that? There's 4 copies out there so far. We're also looking at embedding in LinkedIn, so that'll be 5 in the near future. But if we go with 4, YouTube will rank very highly within Google's search results. Like you were saying, there's a heavy weighting placed on YouTube videos. So it's a way to very quickly get to the top or near the top of Google. Yahoo and Bing kind of follow along with that, but you know, focus on Google for now. And then YouTube being the second biggest search engine in the world, you have customers coming from there as well that are different to the ones coming from Google. And then what the app does as well is it puts your website link near those videos. So the video that's on YouTube has a link to the website. The video on Facebook has a link to your website. The video on Twitter has a link to your website. And in the future, a video on LinkedIn coming back to your website. And then we've got Google, Yahoo, Bing. They automatically come to your website. So you've got these 7 major platforms all pushing traffic, pushing people to your website. So it doesn't matter where people encounter that video that you've made on your phone. It doesn't matter where they see it. They get drawn into your website if they click that link, which is where you then engage them in your sales process and monetize or build your audience, whatever it is, whatever type of business you've got going on, you can then engage them in that process.
So true. And, you know, it just enhances the search engine optimization, like you said, but that's maybe another video. So moving forward, the app is on the phone. You can get it in the iTunes store and you can get it in Google Play.
Not yet. No, the Android version. No, the Android version will be out. Should be by the end of the year, hopefully sooner. But
okay.
Yeah, wait and see on that one. It's not far away. It is part of the plan. But
okay.
Definitely the Apple version, the iPhone version, iPad version.
Okay, that's there. Cool.
I'll
put a link on the video so people can download it and have a look. So that'll make it easy for them. So we've pretty well covered everything the app does. You download it, you take a video, you have this really cool and funky background, which I just love because I just love changing things. You can send it to YouTube, you can go to your website and everything else. That's awesome. So is there anything that I've missed today, Unity, in asking, you know, in the questions and the interviews that is really specific that will help people out there using videos today in their marketing? Can you think of anything?
Videos in general. The main thing is just to get started. That and you'll have to be the one to help them over that little hurdle, Leanne, because for some reason it's the first video that, you know, everyone's got all these nerves about. Oh, you know, millions of people will watch me make a fool of myself. Millions of people are not going to watch you make a fool of yourself. It's more likely to be around 100, and hopefully you haven't made a fool of yourself. Hopefully you're actually come across quite well. But you've just got to push through that thing and get at least one out there. And once you get one out there, you go, oh, that wasn't so bad. The world didn't cave in. My business didn't go bankrupt because of this one video. Make a second and a third. And somewhere around the fifth video, you start thinking, to hell with this. I'll just start making heaps of them.
Yeah.
You get that emotional resilience built up and you can push it. So,
Yeah.
but that's the main thing. The main stumbling block to video marketing is just starting. And I'd probably say the second one is, we've talked about this extensively already, but the second one was finding an authentic voice that delivers good information. And by that I mean your personality, where you're comfortable and you're comfortable with what you're saying as well, and what you're saying is good to other people. If you get that right, people will be drawn to you, your audience will build, and away it goes. So.
Well, yes, thank you. I must say, to wrap it up, that the app actually does provide that tool to make the videos look professional and cool and funky, which is great, as you said. And it also provides ease of use. So there's no excuse in my book that any business out there shouldn't be using video with the tools that are available today, including your app, which are just tremendous, I suppose, a gift. People like you are a gift to people in business who don't get it, and I think people need to go and have a look at your app, download it, play with it, and get excited as I was in having so much fun in making videos. So thank you for that opportunity, and thank you for sharing that knowledge with us today.
Not a problem.
Cheers. So we'll put a link on the app. People can download it and have a look, and leave us a comment on this video also and tell us what you think, because it'll be great feedback for us both. So that's it from me, Leanne. Ciao for now.
Yep. See ya.